fucking people that want to talk to them half the time when they're out there fucking sucking each other off. No, I actually don't have a problem with Prime. It's Berserker that's a fuckhead. He was gonna he literally tried again to fucking not let anybody roll on that fucking Mage Blade, and again try to just give it to Grandion because why? Because he's the raid leader. I don't care if you're the raid leader. I don't care if you're an officer. I don't care who the fuck you are. If you pull your weight the same as everybody else, you deserve a fair shot. Because you have a title doesn't make you any more irrelevant to anything. And the fact that he keeps doing that, and at least Grandian is a stand-up fucking guy and refuses to do that for himself and to everybody else. Like you said, Kaji, I don't trust Berserker at all. I do not, for lots of different reasons.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll say that again. I don't. That's not the issue at hand, though. It's not that. It's like I said, I don't know why they did what they did, and I think it's because they're doing some kind of round robin thing. Last week they did 2 people could roll on per class, and then this time they did. I think it looks like they did
And they
1, but
should have done
I'm not 100% on
if
that.
me
So
and you were included, they should have done everybody. Maybe except for Dune because he's so new. Maybe, but he seems like he's pulling his weight, and he hasn't not showed up.
Dune's top shit, dude. Fucking love Dune.
But when's the last time Para got to roll on anything of significance? He hasn't.
Well, a lot of the one, like I said, like it's hard because they probably when you're raid leading and you have to do loot council and shit, it's hard to take so much into account. But like I said, like Sleep Tight's been here just as long as we have, so like maybe they're not so aware that Sleep Tight doesn't always pop consumes, or maybe they just kind of passed the. It just kind of came up like right over their heads, and like when he AFK'd through one of the raids, but he let people know when he wasn't going to be there for one raid. You know, I mean that
Like
counts
I
for
said,
something.
I don't even care
So
that he won it. I'm glad that he won it. It's the other principles that piss me off.
yeah, well, I mean, how are you supposed to win that determination besides having 20 people roll on it? You know.
I would rather roll against 20 people every single week than to not be able to roll on it at all. I might not ever win it, but the fact that I had a shot and got to roll, good enough. There's just as much chance as anybody else that slash roll.
It's a struggle. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry this shit happened.
I've never been in a guild that has done some of the shit that they have done. And I played this game for a very long time from the very beginning. Never had that issue. Ever.
Yeah, like I said, like
they don't look at the important stuff. They just don't. All they care about is having enough people to hop in that instance and get gear. That's all they care. I'm referring to attendance, to effort, to performance. They look at attendance, maybe. That's the only factor they put into anything at all. And that's a really poor way to decide who gets loot. You have to factor in everything if you want to do that. Because if 40 people have perfect attendance, then why aren't they able to roll? Why are you still choosing between those people? You shouldn't. At that point, you need to look at who's performing. Who's putting in the effort? Who's more part of the community? You have all these different things that would decide that factor.
But I also brought up earlier that like a lot of people do raid log, but that's because the only fun enjoyment they get from the game was doing the raids. So
I'm just making an argument. I'm not. That's all I'm doing because you can't say, well, he's here all the time. So am I. So is Para. If that's all you're going to look at, then
right, but if they're
there's no
doing round robin, then what's wrong with that?
because I'm not here to play a fucking lottery. The item drops, I'm going to fucking roll on it then. That's my fucking lottery. I'm not going to let some fucking two guys decide whether or not I get to fucking roll on a piece when I can go to a different fucking guild and be able to roll on it every fucking week. If not, be fucking prioed it.
Well, shit. If a guild's offering to pry you Mageblade, that's. I mean, I'd probably join too.
It's not that I would be prioed it, but like I said, I've talked, I've done what I did, just like a whole bunch of other people have. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like working at a fucking job and seeing what else is out there. Everybody fucking does it.
Right.
Other guilds, they go off at different standards. They don't just fucking divvy out loot to wherever. If you go the extra mile, you're gonna get rewarded. I don't feel like I've been rewarded for fucking jack shit. The only reason I've gotten my loot is because I showed up on a fucking Saturday instead of going and spending time with my fucking family or my wife and doing something we would normally fucking do, is because I fucking showed up, spent my fucking time, and got lucky on a roll. No, why? 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 Why would you just pick one fucking random warlock? That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever fucking heard.
Dune. Just Dune.
Dune maybe, and that's a far maybe because he has put in his effort. He has.
Yeah, you can
I
tell.
don't see any reason why he would take it and not come back to the raid. So honestly, in my opinion, no, I don't. I feel like every other warlock should have rolled, including me. And that's coming from somebody that was only able to roll on it last week along with Kaji. I was pissed that Para and the other locks didn't get to fucking roll. I'm not the only one pissed here about this decision here. Some people just don't speak up. They're just not that kind of person. I get it. Me, I don't care. I literally have zero fucks in life. I will say my fucking mind. You don't like it? Well, deal with it what you please. I get angry and I don't agree with something, and then I get fucking blown off. Yeah, you've really itched a nerve.
Yeah, that's straight up.
Again, not a fucking excuse because they inconvenience the people in the raid themselves. They spend more time in loot council when there's no fucking loot involved than they do anything else half the time.
Right, but I've said this
And
before.
then
Like
you're
the
talking about
process
people that
of
you
forming a
can't even get a
raid.
hold of them because they're never on.
Well, and I've talked to them about this. I've actually talked to Granny specifically about this, and it's a lot of it's a big inconvenience, but they are available to for direct messages on Discord, you know, and Grandian will make it an effort to contact you.
I'm
So
not gonna talk to somebody via fucking
I know, like I
chat.
said, it's a bit of a fucking inconvenience, yes, but he is available.
If you got time to talk to me via chat on Discord, you got time to hop in the channel and be vocal.
I don't know what their real life looks like. I mean, I'm gonna be
I
real.
don't know. It's real life. It's shitty for everybody.
Well, I mean, yeah, but if you
Real life fucking sucks. That's why we play this fucking game, because we hate fucking real life. Let's be real. You can tell me your life fucking sucks. I know it fucking sucks. My fucking life sucks.
Right. Yeah. 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 I know, but what I'm saying is that despite whatever's going on, he still puts in the effort to be able to be contacted. If that's the case, anybody in this on the raid team, if they
Okay,
need to talk about anything, they could just direct message him, and he will get
I
back
get
to
it.
them. 'Cause I have, like I said, I have talked to him personally about it, and
I'm
that's
just
how it is.
saying that this loot council thing, it is so fucking ridiculous. If we're gonna go off at attendance and bullshit like that, let's just fucking do a DKP system and be fucking done. Because that's literally all attendance is.
And some people have definitely brought up DKP.
I mean, if that's literally the only thing we go off of who gets loot, why not? Then we have something to show for. And I don't even like DKP. I
I
fucking hate that
mean,
system.
if you go based off only loot on what the show for, then yeah, you're probably not gonna like what's gonna happen, especially coming in BWL. I'm gonna be real. Like what the real treasure and what we kind of strive for is probably gonna be building a community in itself and being happy with everybody as we build
Exactly.
ourselves.
But if this is what's gonna happen in BWO, I will not be a part of it. No fucking way.
Well, what I mean is like people, we're gonna get shit on for fucking tier. We're gonna get shit on for fucking the
You know,
actual
this
trinket
is
tier
just
item.
MC. Who
It's
gives a
it's
fuck?
the same.
But it's just
We're gonna have run the same problem when tier drops or shadow staff with shadow flame drops. It's gonna be exactly the same,
oh yeah,
if
because
not.
that's this for like everybody.
Well, I mean, if not worse. I mean,
And that's to say we even get that far, because I don't have that hope, honestly.
I do. I think we can get far. We have the people. We have the mentality.
This, you don't realize how close this raid has been to falling apart multiple times. I'm not talking about the rate as we're rating. There's a lot that goes on in the background. A lot. And the shitty thing is I've heard a lot. And the other sad thing is those same people that say those things would never ever say it to the people that matter. Because again, they're just not that kind of person. And that's okay.
Yeah, I get your frustrations, and we're
I,
doing funny now, dude. Like straight up, I would right now be spamming the fuck out of Berserker app so that they can talk to you, so we can resolve this kind of problem.
are they
Yeah,
done?
yeah, we're done with Onyx. Yeah, I don't know if they're done with doing fucking raid leadership. I don't know because I want to be honest with you. When you are raid leading, there's a lot that goes into the reason why they're in loot council all the fucking time. It's a lot to building your inventory when you're dealing with 40 fucking people, you know, um, there's a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes that we may not have full knowledge of. Like one person in particular could be fucking spamming them all day long about some shit that's going on, and we would never know about it. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, that kind of shit.
I don't know. I don't. If I were to compare raid 1 as far as what goes on in the background compared to 2, I would almost say they don't do a whole lot. They don't keep anything updated, nothing.
The one difference between raid 1 and raid 2 is that raid 1 has so many officers and so many people on the council as opposed to
Great.
raid 2 where
I've already said this once, if not twice. We should have more people. We already had this. We already have this discussion. Actually, I'm sorry. Why, if raid 1 has so many people that have some type of decision making, why do we only have two?
Well, has anybody stepped up to say, "Hey, can I be on Luke?" I haven't. I don't know if you have.
No one's going to,
Well, why wouldn't they?
because they don't have the fucking balls. They're never gonna give a spot. They're just not going to.
Why, are you sure about that? Why don't you talk to them?
I can't be 100% sure because, well, that would just be making myself a fool. But I can almost certainly say that it would never happen. To somebody that's non-biased completely, like, you have two people in Loot Council that are very close together as a whole as far as what they do in the game, and that causes a lot of issues.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't see Prime and Berserker talk all that much outside of raid.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's not the point. I mean, we're breaking into other categories that just don't even matter at this point.
Well, they do matter. The whole Loot Council thing does kind of matter. Like, maybe you're right, dude. Honestly, they
You
really
said it
need more people on
yourself.
Loot
If
Council.
you said it yourself, Kaji. If they don't have the time and they want to bitch all the fucking time about people complaining to them, they need to step the fuck down. You can't take the heat. Get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Well, Grandian has stepped up since then. I know.
Yes,
I
he
know.
has. I will agree.
Berserker, he just doesn't have the ability to. But if that's what you think, then you need to tell that to him to his face, dude, and not
I will. But if that's gonna happen, I want everybody in the
I
channel to
disagree
hear
on
it.
I disagree about Grandian though. Grandian has actually really tried to do it.
I already said that I think Grandian is
Yes,
doing fine because he is not allowing other things to happen. Like, exactly, I heard he did not mute his Twitch. That's his own fucking fault.
well, he didn't
You
mute his
know.
Twitch on purpose. They've already
Oh,
said that they're
I did.
leaving Loot Council.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, they've specifically said that they're leaving Loot Council mics open on purpose so
But
that people
but why? I mean,
so people don't bitch. I mean,
but then you leave yourself in Lou Council. That way, somebody can't speak up. You know, and go, hey, no, wait, can we
well,
figure
that's
this
Loot
out really quick?
Council.
That's not right. You know, I had to sit there and message them before they gave the item away to try to figure it out, and I didn't even have a chance.
Unfortunately, that is the Loot Council that we subscribed to when we joined Raid 2, dude. I don't want to be a stick in the mud, but
I don't really think we
we've
subscribed to anything. I think we just joined a group that needed us, and it's just what we've fucking been dealt. You know, nothing has been a group effort as far as in the making of the raid or rules or decisions. It's always just been them. You know, we joined because they needed us. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
I was there for 25% of it, and it meant nothing to me because it was just about stuff I already knew, and I had to go. I had other shit to do. And that was for mostly Ren Block and all them. Like, I kind of not what I'm having an issue with. And I wouldn't have fucking said anything yesterday because as of last week, I'm like, great, they're moving in the right direction. Now we just took 2 steps backwards again, and that's, you know, it's just you either let everybody out of that class roll or you don't let the class roll at all. Unless there is a certain aspect of that certain person that does not deserve to roll. Like for a perfect example, the Ring of Spell Power. What was it? 2 weeks ago. What was it? Tickler, I think. Or there was a mage that literally got told he don't get to roll. Why?
Yeah,
Because you didn't dispel one goddamn time.
I think you're
That's your
talking about
fault, bro.
Kazumi, but yeah. I mean,
That was a good
the thing
decision.
about that, it was a good decision. However, it should have been disclosed beforehand that they were going to do something like that for those rules.
When you're told that you don't even matter in DPS and your main thing is to dispel, 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 it's a pretty clear indicator that you're supposed to dispel.
Well, yeah, and so to a degree, they did do the right thing, but
I like
it's,
those rash decisions like that when somebody just does not do what they're supposed to do. Completely,
and I
utterly,
said the same exact thing. And honestly, I did say the same exact thing where it's like it's good that he didn't get the role or blah blah
it
blah.
taught
But
them, oh,
honestly,
fuck, I'm supposed to do what I do now.
it's a good, yeah, it's a good way to teach people to say, hey, you've been fucking up and we've been letting you
But
fuck
so
up, but
now
now you don't get your
but
shit.
now put that same reasoning towards me or Para or whoever else didn't get to roll in the mage blade that doesn't have a fucking reason not to.
Yeah, well, I'm like I don't think the reason is because of
There was
performance
no reason. They
at all,
literally
though.
told me there was no reason. You're exactly right in the aspect that they're round robbering. It is what it is, and that's not because I didn't get a chance to roll at all.
Well, because everybody wants their own chance at determining their fate. That's
You don't let me roll, I have no fucking chance to get it. You let me roll, I have some chance. What the hell are you talking about, man? What do you mean something's fucking determined? Because somebody else got to pick my fucking future? Yeah, they fucking determined that I didn't get to fucking have any chance of.
the power of rolling, like removing somebody's
Granted,
ability
yeah,
to
he rolled a
roll.
99, so the chances of me rolling 100
Uh,
and winning if I got to roll is
and
probably slim to
yeah,
none.
and in dotsup's defense, the power to remove or enable someone's ability to roll is very strong just in that aspect because
Thank
people
you.
do want control over their own shit.
I had no control over the chance to win. Somebody else told me that I didn't get to roll. And that's what I see fucked up, especially somebody in my position. I'm not trying to gloat on myself or say that I'm higher up than anybody, but I fucking put my own fucking weight in, like more than enough. And
I mean, you can say it, dude. Let's. You put in a lot more effort than sleep tight, and that's
I'm
kind of
not, but
the
I
issue.
do not want that to be my reasoning that for any reason that he doesn't deserve it. He deserves it. That's cool.
No,
My
I'm
main
just making
problem is
the
okay.
I'm just making the observant statement here. You do put in more effort than sleep tight.
Sure, maybe I do, but like I said, my main problem. It has nothing to do with him getting it over me. It's just me not having any chance at all at getting. I'm sorely happy that he got it and that a fellow warlock got it. It's just
Fuck mages, dude.
I had you know you can't win the fucking lottery if you don't fucking play the fucking lottery. And my name didn't get to be put in the fucking lottery, which means I didn't get to roll. It's plain and simple. It's black and white. It's as simple as that.
No, yeah, no, I get you
I
100%.
didn't get my chance. My chance was taken by a decision of two people.
And so maybe they are in over their heads. Maybe they do need more people on Blue Council. Like I said, dude, Raid One has a lot of people on Blue Council, and that might be the difference.
I think every class should have somebody in loot council. I thought Silver's idea of that was wonderful.
But how are we supposed to determine that with Mage Blade though? Because obviously all the mages want it, all the warlocks are gonna want it.
Okay, but okay, I get that. But in that example, any person that was nominated or felt that they could do it should have the stand-up attitude that, hey, no, why should one of my warlocks get to just get to roll on it? Why can't all of them? What's the difference between the five? Can you pick out a negative that says he doesn't deserve to roll on it? If so, cool, I get it. If not,
Yeah,
then they should be able to all roll on it. I mean, to have
we're
somebody
doing.
just to say simple, something simple like that could be the change in whether or not somebody got to roll or not. I mean, if I was in
Yeah.
loot council on that, I no.
All right. Like, all right. Let's put yourself in their shoes. The mage blade just dropped. Same raid, same people. Blah blah blah. How would you? How would you?
The fact that it's absolute this for warlocks, mages, and paladins, every single one of them would get to roll on it, except for the few that, if any, had some negative point. They don't show up at all. They're flaky, or they don't do the raid mechanic. They're more of a burden than pulling any weight. Those you know
All right. Catrix got to roll this week, and let me be honest with you, Catrix isn't the greatest healer. Healing is the best of the holy paladins.
but
Straight up, I'm
healings
gonna be real with
also
you.
doesn't show up all the time either, and
Right.
he's always
I mean,
late.
it could be real life stuff though. To like,
So to
maybe like,
say attendance is a thing, I mean, right there, they don't go by their own word.
right. But I mean, we're all part of a raid team though, and you know, everybody's gonna get their shit, dude. It sucks that.
That's fine. I know everybody. I will get the mage blade eventually, whether that's next week or fucking 5 weeks from now. I want my shot every fucking week and every time it drops. I don't want it taken from me. Plain and simple. If I'm not worthy of being able to roll on those items, then I don't need to be in this raid. It's that simple. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't. I just don't take shit so personally when it comes to loot, and so
I
I,
do.
yeah,
Yes, it's a
no.
game, but
But
this
what I'm trying to
look
say
how much
is,
time it takes, and we pour into this
I
game.
agree, like 100%. Like I know that there are people who care a lot more about it than I do, for instance. Um,
That's the only thing we have going to for us, other than
right.
what fucking
The
grinding gold and leveling it all
the
at this
quest
point.
for the quest for purples is honestly the reason we keep going after 60.
And that's not just any purple though. That's the purple to get.
Right.
You
The
know,
big yeah, for casters right now.
it's the purple.
Until Shadow Flame and that whole fiasco and nonsense of bullshit happens, yeah, it is the
But
biggest
in that
fucking
same aspect, look how many times. Like I said, I mean, this is a mute point, but it's a good argument if they want to bring up a certain argument. We didn't get to roll on it at all, and only mages got to roll on it, and then only mages and paladins got to roll on it. So Staff of Dominance drops next week. Everybody just gets to fucking roll on it now.
well,
Fuck.
yeah. Well, I mean,
And mages
nobody's
and warlocks
perfect.
should get to roll on it. But do you see my point? We kind of got fucking cocked.
Well, yeah, we did, but the good news is that this kind of happened a little early on, and from now on, warlocks can roll on it. You know what I mean? And those shenanigans are no longer going to occur. They're not fucking perfect. I don't
No,
know what
not
the
those
why this
shenanigans, but these type of shenanigans just keep
right.
happening. I was not happy with Para and Sleep Tight not being able to roll last week. I did not argue the case because I saw that maybe I saw with Para, he was on the lower end of DPS. Maybe that was a decision making, and Sleep Tight kind of AFKing here and there. Maybe that was a decision. That's why I didn't say anything, because I thought maybe there was a reasonable reason why they didn't let them roll. But now that I see that that was no factor at all, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I literally thought me and you got to roll last week for contributing factors.
I don't know. I wasn't listening in on Loot Council. I just
I
kind of
only heard that me and you got to roll. And that's when I whispered you.
Yeah, I saw that. And I
I
figured
figured
that the way that because of the way they are doing that it wasn't going to end up being a round robin. There's for some reason, I'm not
what they
too
did
sure
last week
myself.
made sense in my head. What they did this week makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
And now that they did it
there.
this week, last week doesn't make any sense.
I think there's this reasoning for people, and it's that they don't want so many people rolling for things. And personally, I feel like people should be allowed to roll, like
You
even
know,
if
if
it
you're
is
gonna
20
round
people.
robin, pick a number 1 through 10, and those people roll fucking 1 through 10. 1 through 5 gets the fucking roll. That's as fucking random as you can get, and then still everybody has a fucking chance. You know, to have two people literally decide the fate of everybody else is just bad.
Well, that's what we. Sorry to say this again, to sound like a fucking parrot, but that is we did allow this to happen when we signed up to join the raid. It's like we said, okay,
What's up, boys?
What's up?
and
Are you talking about this crazy stuff tonight?
Lumi, man, like if it wasn't for that first week trial bullshit, dude, you'd be swinging
What
that.
crazy stuff are we talking about?
Dude, I was stacking the fucking rolls tonight, man. I
Hell
mean,
yeah, dude.
honestly though, that fucking thing was kind of bullshit, but it is what it
I
is.
had to deal with it too, dude. I had to deal with it too on my rogue. It sucks, but that it is what it is. Like I couldn't roll on anything either, even though a bunch of rogue shit dropped my.
Hold on, Discord
So,
cut out.
well, I was saying
Uh,
like it sucks, but that is what it is.
Hold
I
on
had
one
the
second.
same problem.
What?
I had the same.
Sorry, 1 second.
Anyways,
what up? I mean, if they want to come down here, go for it. I mean, I'm not going to be pulled up
uh,
into
I'm not
a
on the
channel.
Blue Council or anything, so that honestly should not be in this channel when you guys are talking.
Uh, I feel like that's just a way for them to gain up on me.
All right, well, I gotta go do something real quick, boys. I'll be back.
I'm locked into a channel that no one has any other say or opinions, whether or not they do or don't. I mean, I'm not asking anybody to fucking back me. That's not what I'm asking. But the fact that if anybody were to hear the conversation, they have no opinion that they might want to say, I think they should be free to say it. For me to
I
be pulled
think.
up to a channel that's locked just gives them any way to
Uh,
attack me and to say that
well,
what
that's
happened
why
didn't
I'm
happen or was said
saying
wasn't said.
let Maroons be your mediator. Then Maroons is a great mediator because he's high as
I have
fuck.
no problem with Maroons at all, like at all.
Oh,
I'm not asking you to talk at all, Kaji. If you want to leave, leave.
I just don't want to be a part of it because it's I'm in the same raid team, so I don't want to be. I don't
I
like.
didn't
I really
ask you
don't.
to be.
Yeah. All right. I'll leave you guys to.
I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, but I literally I'm still fucking livid about that whole decision. Like I am. Like the whole you're randomizing people and why it makes no.
I told you we wanted to give Pallies a better chance of getting it, so we only let 4 people roll.
Then you
Two
shouldn't
of which
let
were
any.
Pallies.
Then you should not let a single warlock roll.
I also said we don't want to make it so only Pallies could roll.
Then you should have let both classes all roll.
Para
and
didn't get the roll.
He should have.
Well, he didn't, and
He
I don't see
fucking
him.
should have, and he should have last week.
It's almost like a weighted roll.
Yeah.
But
They both
Not
they
necessarily.
should have been able to roll last week. The only reason I
Yeah.
didn't say anything last week is because I thought there might have been some reason you decided that they didn't deserve it out of the other warlocks. Maybe because Sleep Tight goes AFK. He hasn't in a while, but I had reasons in the back of my head that maybe the officers saw something and that they saw that me and Kaji are always there. We always put in our top effort, and that's why we got to roll. This week proved to me that last week had no meaning whatsoever. It was just randomized.
So we wanted to weight the paladins because all the previous ones have gone to DPS, but we didn't want to solely leave it to Paladin.
If that's the case, then I need to find somewhere else to go. I'm sorry. I love the guild. I love the raid. But if that's the randomization that's going to happen, I cannot be a part of this. I deserve a chance. I put in my weight more than fucking anybody in this raid as far as DPS goes.
Look, man, I'm not gonna sit here and be yelled at.
Yeah, but you
over a
guys
video
blew me
game.
off in the middle of raid, and I'm sick of you
Because
doing
it was
that.
a bad time to do it. We said we can do it after
But you
raid.
guys
We
can
can't
go
do that in the
jerk
middle of
off
the
in
raid.
loot council all the time.
We have
The
Tick Boona
loot-
take over the clearing while we're doing that. What?
There's no
Yeah.
exactly. You could have took Tig Boona to take over the clearing while you talked.
We
to
were
me
about
for
to do Major
5
Domo. What do
seconds.
you mean?
No, we weren't. You were still down there at fucking Golemag.
No, I ran up, and when you went off about it, I said, "Hey, we can't do this. We're about to do Major Domo."
You did
We
this
also
to
have to do
Maverick too.
Anixia. Yeah, Maverick was blowing up about Rhett being able to roll. We can talk to him after.
I
It's
get.
not important
I
at the
don't
time.
agree that he was mad over Rhett being able to roll, but that's not the first time he's been cucked out of loot either, or other
That's what he
people
complained. He specifically complained about the Rhett being able to roll. That was
Yeah.
specifically.
Okay. That one probably not a reasonable
He-
reason to roll.
he didn't flip
get
out until we came down and said that the Ret Paladin could roll, and then he
Okay.
lost his.
And I
Even
get the Red
after
Paladin
the
should
Ret
be able to
Paladin,
roll.
even after the Ret Paladin lost the roll, he was still losing his shit.
Okay, I get that, but even in previous incidents where he's been cucked out of gear, and not because of a Ret Paladin, it's this type of stuff has happened to other people, and no one says anything.
I mean, look, man,
Oh,
I didn't.
that's
even
not
roll on
true.
the
I've
main
talked
blade.
to Maverick.
You should have.
Oh.
I heard Berserker try to freaking tell you that you should just take it.
I said
the-
that every
the
fucking
star-
week. I mean,
Yeah,
He does
and I
say
don't
that every
fucking
week.
trust you at all, and neither do other people. Grandian, I think, is a stand-up dude.
Okay.
He thinks of he doesn't just think for himself, and he thinks
How
about
is
every,
that thinking for myself, telling Granny and deluded for himself?
because he's the
We should've
fucking
done it the
raid
first time.
leader.
What does that have to do with that? He's not able to get gear because he's raid leader? What?
He should have the same chance as
We were
everybody
going
else.
to give him the second fucking one, and then we backed out on that and let you guys all roll on it.
Why? Because why does he get prio? Why?
Because I have the most faith in him showing up. It's not prio.
Okay. Why? I've showed up every fucking week. What's your fucking excuse, or what's your defense in that?
You didn't get to roll this time. That's simple as that.
Yeah, and if
I
I
didn't
don't
have
get
a
to roll
specific
every
reason
single
to know.
time, then fuck you guys. It's real simple. What's it
It's-
gonna be? If you guys are gonna cuck people like that, I'm gonna go move to somewhere else where I can roll on it every week. I've already done what I need to do, and
You-
I've been weighing my decision on what's happening in the coming weeks, whether or not I want to stay with a guild that I like and a community of people that I like, or I have to fucking move. No, they're gonna decide right now what's gonna happen. There is no other people talking. This is it. I've made up my fucking mind, and it's based on what these two say and how
Well, I
they
mean, if
present
you've
this
made up
issue
your
and deal
mind,
with
then-
this issue. If somebody gets to roll on something one week, they should not be able not to roll on it another week. If warlocks get to roll on that blade, every single warlock should be able to roll on that blade, unless there is some huge negative as to why they can't. Like, for example, I can't remember if it was Kazumi or what mage it was. It was just the other week. The Spring of Spell Power dropped. You guys let all the locks roll on it, all the mages